Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an IS-2. It's a tier 7 Soviet heavy tank. It's located on the eastbourne of Berlin and it's under the command of SlyMeerkat. And he's in platoon with a 45 TP that's alongside him, Omen Enraged. Waiting for the game to start. Okay, we started. Now, it's appropriate to see an IS-2 on the Berlin map, mainly because there's a famous picture of an IS-2 at the Brandenburg Gate when they captured Berlin. They were used by the Guards Regiment as assault tanks, so they were basically top of the line, you might say. And it's a very good tank in terms of the fact that it's got a cast upper glacis, as you can see there, rather than a welded one or just an angled sheet. It's a cast one, and that together with the cast turret made it quite strong against enemy tanks. 122mm gun, capable of 390 alpha, and you can see there penetrating 175mm of armour. He spotted a couple of enemies across the river, but he can't really do much about them from here, mainly because the sides, the walls on the embankment rather stop you actually shooting into enemy tanks. You have to wait until one of them comes to a point where they expose part of their body. Now the reload time standard is 11.79 seconds. Sly's managed to get it down to 10.09, which means, oh no, that's cheeky. That guy sneaked up on us very quickly, the T-34-100 constructor. He's got a 100mm gun, but yeah, he just couldn't penetrate Sly, and Sly got a shot into him for 377, a low roll, and he's loaded. Now, these two tanks here, the T-29 and the IS-2, I think I'd prefer to be driving the T-29 as such, because it's much more probably the best of all the heavy tanks at tier 7. You can see Sly's trying to have a good look around with the new strategic view. Oh, that T-29's actually got 3 marks of excellence on his barrel, but unfortunately it didn't save him from getting wiped out. Sly's now fighting a tier 8 Emil 1. Now remember, those things have got very strong armour on the turret, but didn't stop the Emil from getting shot in the side and taken out the game that way. Okay, she's now using the Rex as cover, and oh, well, I'll have the IS, yes. The IS-2 is basically a development of the IS tank, and oh, that was his platoon mate. Just got the kill. Omen Enraged, rather, not explained. He was the one who got the kill shot on that Skoda T45. Oh, the IS was waiting for him and hit him for 156, which probably means he's carrying the 85mm gun. At least he hasn't got the 100mm gun. If he's got that, then he'd be doing a lot more damage. Now his teammates are holding the enemy back behind him. But ideally he wants to get round the corner, kill off that Caro and the IS-1. Oh no, don't want to see one of them. That's the tier 9 T-95 Doom Turtle. Now, can he track that guy? Oh, IS, thank you very much. Puts around in, pulls back before he can do anything, and he's out the game with Tiger 1. No, Tiger 2 got him. Trying to scrape past these tanks. You can imagine the sparks that would actually really be flying if that was for real. 2 tanks scraping up against each other, all that metal on metal contact. Yeah, a lot of sparks would be flying. The Caro is basically dead 15 hit points. All he's got left. An HE round will be all he needs, and that's what he's loaded. If the Caro comes out from behind that barricade, he's dead duck. Oh, he's showing the gun, but Sly's not going to shoot at the gun. It's not part of the hitbox. All it will do is damage his critical module. If the T95 comes around the corner, he'll just have to track the guy with the HE round. And the HE round should be able to do that fairly effectively. He moves, and he dies. Excellent. He was ready. Now he's loading another AP round this time. Here comes the Doom Turtle. Now this is where it gets a bit of a problem. Tracks him. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop the T95 because he uses his repair kit and moves forward. And of course, Sly's reluctant to actually do anything that will actually get him in trouble. He tracks him again. Now he can put a shell in there beneath the gun, and it should go into the hitbox. But he's going to track the guy a third time. There you go. And each time he tracks him, he is a vulnerable target, so he should be able to pick up some damage assist. But he's going to go for the cupola this time. And it didn't pen. He's using the APCR now. And unfortunately, the C95 just kills our Tiger 2. Now, pulls out. That guy is loading. It's not loaded yet. And this is going to be difficult because he has got behind the T95. And he can track the guy in the ass. And shoot him in the ass. Yeah, it's one round in. Now, stay there and go in the water. Thank you. That's a swimming lesson. I've seen that very rarely happen, but it's so funny when it does. He thought, yeah, I'll just back up here, and unfortunately, he just went right over the edge and into the water. At this moment, he's probably gurgling as his crew dies. So, yeah, nice one, Sly. Next one, Tiger P. Hello! Takes a round for 364, which is a low roll. The Tiger P's absolutely ignoring him, so he takes a bit from ramming him. Now he's going to put the next round into the engine. Yep, 356, and the mutant gets the kill shot with his 105mm gun. Okay, there's only 3 enemies left. One of them's the Kunstpanzer, which you know that's the tank you get for the rewards. I mixed it up with the Kampfpanzer 50-ton the other day in one of my other replays. Yep, it's the Kunstpanzer that's got the high cost in terms of tokens, and it's the kneeling tank, whereas the Kampfpanzer, that's a reward tank. Okay, only 2 enemies remaining. 274A is in the middle, right in the trench, and I think he's just going to try and get to a better position. The other enemy, who we haven't seen yet, is an IS-2. Sly's still got plenty of hit points, so he can afford to find that enemy the hard way, and I think he has just found him. Is he looking this way? No, he isn't, but the UDIS has now seen him, and he's looking elsewhere. He definitely took that one. We're firing standard AP now because it'll easily go through it. And the UDIS is dead, which means this is a victory. And that was very well played, because at any moment I thought he was about to die. Well, here's the end of battle results. It was an ace tanker game for SlyMeerkat and the IS-2. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He managed to get 8. And he also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage to the hit points of his own vehicle, but there was no other awards in that game. You might wonder why I said why I thought he was going to die. It was when I saw that T95, I thought, oh no, that's not what we want, to lose 750 hit points each shot. But he was very clever, actually. He kept the guy tracked, so he had to keep pulling back because there were other teammates actually firing on the T95, and he was focused on them. He wasn't focused on Sly. And as a result, Sly picked his moment. And as soon as the T95 fired, he realised that he got a long waiting time for that guy to reload. So all he had to do was dive in there quickly, get behind the guy, put a round into him. And if he tried to back up and turn around, then he could help him, assist him with his swimming lessons. So let's have a look at team score and see where he was. Well, if you look at the score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the MX50-120 with 3,795 hit points. Sly managed 3,453, and the third highest damage was the E75 on the enemy team, who managed 3,113. When it came to kills, it was the AMX50-120 who got the most with 4 kills. The Mutant managed to get 3 kills, but only courtesy of Sly actually, because Sly didn't finish off that Tiger P, and the Mutant just took the opportunity and seized another kill for himself. The AMX1357 got 2 kills, and so did Sly. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP though, it's Sly right at the top, because he was getting damage assist on some of his shots. 1,594, I think that's a 94, maybe an 84. 1,309 went to the Mutant, and 1,131 went to the MX50-120. So you can see Sly's hands head over heels. Well, not head over heels. His hands. It's the best way of saying it. He's miles better than the enemy. That's the best way of saying it. Miles better than his teammates actually, because that's quite a high ace tanker. 19 shots fired, 16 direct hits, 7 penetrations, 2 splash. Damage of 3,453 hit points, of which 194 were at more than 300 meters. That was the shot on the UDES. We didn't see the result because the UDES went unseen just after he fired the shot, but it did hit him, it did pen. Didn't do a huge lot of damage, but it did do some damage. 3 hits received, 2 penetrations, 1 non-penetration. Well, the IS was getting holes into him when he went around the corner, but that was only by virtue of the fact I think he was firing premium ammo and he was launching 85mm rounds at him instead of the 100mm or anything else. 160, two penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 160 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 4 enemy vehicles, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2, did 1,749 hit points of damage assistance. And I think that's what helped him to get the ace tanker and such a high base XP. 69,471 credits, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he still took away 69,641 credits. So there must be something that What Replays is not telling us. It's always, the problem is that What Replays doesn't put all the details of all the bonuses that you get in a game. Some of them they miss out, and that's why you have a figure like that. If you deduct these figures, you do not end up with that figure there. So there must be something that was missed out in the list. 1,594 XP times 2 for the first victory. 478 for this as being a premium vehicle, a tier 7 tank you can buy, and 359 for playing in a platoon. A total of 5,619 experience points altogether. So the IS-2, it's quite a good tank in terms of the fact that it does have a 122mm gun. It is at tier 7 rather than at tier 8. So it can do a lot of damage and it can earn a lot of credits. The problem is that it does have a few weak spots, and mostly that cupola, which is very, very prominent, and it's very easy to penetrate as well for the enemy tanks. Even at a distance you can hit that cupola, and that is the weak spot really on any IS-2. So if you do come across an IS-2, aim for the cupola because you'll get easy pens on it. It's not so easy to pen the roof of a IS-3. And of course the IS-1 or IS does actually share the same cupola, so obviously you can penetrate that one as well, but the IS has fairly weak armor compared to the IS-2, so you should be able to penetrate the body of that tank, let alone the actual cupola, which is what Sly was doing in that game. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.